So you are 23 weeks pregnant. That's another week down. According to the textbooks, your baby is now roughly the size of a large mango, and they are weighing in at around 500 grams, which is 1.1 pounds, and they are measuring at about 30 centimeters in length now. They actually have the rough proportions of a newborn baby now, but they are just lacking in some serious chub that you will be squishing once they arrive. There is now probably just enough room for your baby to be turning somersaults inside you still, although that may not be for much longer. It's also possible that you might actually see them moving underneath your clothes if they have a particularly active day. I remember when my two used to wiggle away in there, and sometimes I would see an unidentified limb pop up. Another lovely fact for this week is that while you may have heard baby's heartbeat several times now through a Doppler, your baby's heart is actually developed enough to be heard through a standard stethoscope. Either way you listen to it, it's still probably one of the most beautiful sounds in the world. So let's take a look at some real scan footage for week 23. Now, we've talked about baby, but what about you? How are you feeling, and what is being 23 weeks pregnant really like? Well, here at Channel Mum, we're comparing the textbook versus the truth, with a little help from some expectant mums just like you. But this week, we're going to focus on a little bit of housekeeping, because if you're in the UK, then this is the week where you really need to be telling your employer that you're pregnant in writing if you haven't already. While you may have already told your employer face to face and everybody knows at work, you do also need to do it formally in writing. What this means is that you need to give them your end date and when you plan to start your maternity leave, and often the date that you plan to come back as well, even if it's just a rough estimate for now. What you also need to do is give in your MAT B1 form, which is the certificate of pregnancy that your midwife should supply you with. If you have another half as well, then they will need to sort out all of their paternity leave this week too, so get on it if you haven't already. When it comes to deciding when to start your maternity leave, then the date is entirely up to you. Many places in the UK still only offer statutory maternity pay, which can be quite an adjustment if you're used to living on 2 streams of income. I actually waited until I was 39 weeks and 5 days pregnant with my first and 37 weeks with my second, because I wanted to save up my maternity leave to have with my babies for as long as possible. But I was very lucky not to have any issues during my pregnancy, and I felt physically able to do that. You have to do what is best for you. Next up, I think it's bump time, so let's take a look at how some other mums' bellies looked at 23 weeks.
Yeah, that is my belly for 23 weeks.
Not much has changed this week. And from the front, I still don't look very pregnant, which is wonderful.
I don't think he looks as big this week.
It looks very round from the front and quite big from the side. I think I've grown a lot these last 2 weeks, and she's kicking me absolutely loads.
So what else can you expect? Well, here at Channel Mum, we have tons of vlogs for every week of pregnancy from other mums who are at the same stage as you are right now. So what else can you expect at 23 weeks pregnant? Let's see what they had to say.
23 weeks pregnant, and I guess the best thing about this week is that I finally am starting to feel a little bit normal again.
I'm starting to feel cumbersome, and my bump has grown loads, and I'm just feeling really sluggish.
I feel like it's gone and going so quickly. I've been getting a pain down my right leg, and it kind of runs from the middle of my butt cheek and then down to maybe like just past my knee in the back of my leg though, which is kind of annoying.
I feel like I'm constantly really full, and I feel like it's right here. I kind of feel like if I burped or if I tipped forward too much, I would be sick.
Literally this week, my appetite has gone from here to up here. I just want to eat all the time.
So I'm hoping that the weight gain will kind of even out, because I was really bad at the beginning. All I wanted was junk food, but I don't really have any cravings like that at the moment. I can eat pretty much normally, which again is so nice.
I think having a holiday helped, having a bit of rest has helped. And also I think I'm just maybe at the nicer stage of pregnancy now. I've
Had to force myself to rest, and I just feel like I'm constantly feeling not good enough for anything that I do.
It's also a time of like, you have to like surrender like majorly, I feel, to be able to enjoy it, because there's a lot of things which come with it, and when you like surrender to the change, I feel like it's easier then to like embrace it and accept it and actually just like see this time for like what it is, not how we think it should be. Change is the only constant in life, so it is important for me, I think, to be very accepting of this time.
No expectations, just do as well as I can.
So now it's time to get honest and look at the channel mum, the good, the bad and the ugly of being 23 weeks pregnant. The good: painting baby's nursery, chores to do around the house, food shop need doing. What better excuse to get out of those than being pregnant? Wink wink. The bad: you can sometimes start to feel a little bit faint in pregnancy, and this is due to the pressure of your growing uterus on your blood vessels, the rise in the level of progesterone, and simply because your body is just working so hard. So make sure you get plenty of rest, you eat little and often, you drink lots of water and get some fresh air when you can. And the ugly: it's not ugly actually, you're beautiful, trust us, but one strange symptom of pregnancy that lots of women hate is skin discoloration. Now this can include the dark line that goes down the centre of your stomach, and this is known as the linea nigra, or a mama's mark depending on what you've heard, and it's completely normal in pregnancy and it does go away after birth. But this can happen elsewhere on the body too, including the face, which is known as the mask of pregnancy, because your skin can discolour in the shape of a mask. Again, this does fade after birth, and in the meantime, that's what concealer's for, isn't it? So as always, we hope you've enjoyed watching our textbook versus the truth about being 23 weeks pregnant. We would love to hear from you down in the comments below and just see how you're doing, so make sure you let us know. And if you'd like something to watch after this, then why not check out all the other vlogs from other mums who are 23 weeks pregnant right now over on Channel Mum. We'll leave the link down below for you. And otherwise, that's it from me, so we will see you and that little baby of yours next week for week 24.